Okay, so in the last video tutorial we looked at how to import an Excel file. So hopefully you've got a print screen that looks something like that, so showing the importing and then it finally imported. What we're going to do next is if we just go back to the spreadsheet that we were looking at earlier, so this price list, this is the one that we're just after importing. You'll see that each card that Cards by James makes, so we've got a birthday card, congratulations card, a wedding card, an 18th birthday, all the different various types of cards. Each one of them has a reference or a code. If you look at any cards you ever buy in a shop, they usually have a code on the back, and that's what the staff look at to find out what the price is. What we're going to do is we're going to try and assign a code for each of these in our database. So what we're going to do is just go back to our database. Here's the table we're just after importing, and what we're going to do is we're going to double click onto it and then go back to home, and then we're going to go to our old friend data design view. Now what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and set it up so that, let's go back to here, so that only these references can be put in. Okay, so A, N, B, D, so on. So these are all the different references. So what we're going to try and ensure is that when a customer or a member of staff is putting in this into their database, they can only put in these codes. This is the data validation that we were doing in a couple of videos ago. So I'm going to go design view and then card reference number. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to say that only certain things can be typed in. Okay, now for this what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my price list. Just minimize it slightly. Sorry, just going to minimize it slightly, and I'm going to I'm just going to minimize my database slightly as well, so I can work alongside the two. Okay, so just move this a little bit and make myself even more productive than I usually am. Okay, maybe that's not going to work. I might just have to flick between the two. Okay, so you can see in here it says validation rule. What I'm going to do is I'm going to say that only, so the first one is AN. So I'm going to put in my commas, I'm going to say AN, and then I'm going to say OR, and put in my commas, and do BD, and then I go to the next one, and I'll say next one's CG, so I'm going to say or CG, okay, or, and what I'm going to do is make sure that all the codes, so the next one is DT, so or DT, and so on and so forth. So I'll put in the code, and then or, make sure that's capital, or, so AN or BD or so on and so forth. So I'm only going to put in these references so that a member of staff can only, or a customer can only put in these codes. Now I'm not going to do the whole lot because I'm sure you can figure that out by yourself. Okay, so I'll just do one more. So we've done DT, and I'll do or GT. Okay, make sure the commas are around it. Or so last one is GT or DT, sorry, GL or GL, and so on and so forth. Okay, so what that'll allow us is it'll make sure that members of staff or customers can only put in these things. What we're going to do then is we're going to say validation text. That means what is going to pop up if somebody puts in the wrong thing. So I'm going to say please enter either, and then I'm going to, instead of saying having to type AN or so on and so forth, I'm just going to copy and paste this thing. Okay, can you please take a print screen of what you've done? Okay, so I'm going to please enter and explain what you've done. Okay, now we've done data validation earlier on, so you should be able to explain it. Remember, all we're putting in is these codes separated by an OR, so it's AN or BD or CG or DT or, well, that should be GL. I've made a mistake there, okay? And we'll just do all 17 or 16 of them separated by that, and then please enter either AN or BD or, okay. Can you please take a print screen of what you've done? Explain what the validation rule means. It means that only these things can be entered in this field, and also the validation text. If someone was to put in the wrong or in a character that wasn't here, then it would pop up a warning. Okay, can you take a print screen of that, please?